few years ago, my friend Zoe and I made this challenge called the Not So Berry Challenge. You might have heard of it because a lot of people are playing it on YouTube right now, but it's a Sims Legacy challenge. It's a bit complicated. Each generation has a theme based around a color, hence like the berry thing. So there's like mint and then rose and then yellow and it continues. And the whole idea was that we wanted to make this Legacy challenge that kind of pushed out the box of how we played The Sims and like made us explore different careers or like different personalities that we hadn't really tried yet. And so for example, the first generation, Mint, has all green traits, is a scientist who also wants to complete the mischief aspiration, and unfortunately, the element collection, which is horrible. That was a bad idea. I'm sorry that I did that. Big mistake. That is so difficult. I've still only done it once. But it was kind of fun to make these Sims that had like sort of conflicting traits and like interesting personality combos. And it seems like a lot of people like the challenge, even though it's a little bit hard, it's a little bit long, and it requires a few packs. Granted, they're all older packs because we wrote the challenge in 2017. I'll link the rules for you down below if you want to read them. But today, I want to try and make a starter home for the Gen 1 Sim. Mostly because I'm planning on playing the Not So Berry challenge again on Twitch soon. I've got a 10 generation legacy right now that I'm like about to start generation 8 on stream. So I'm like wrapping it up soon-ish. And I want to play Not So Berry again next. So let's build a house. Obviously it'll be mint themed and we're gonna put some items in it that will be like fitting for the Sim. I'm realizing now that I need to make a Sim so that I can have the starter funds. Hey, it kind of works. Her outfit is perfect. There you go. Mariella, you're the one. I'm not so sure about this weather though. Wait, I've seen cheats, seasons cheats. Okay, let's make it summer, please. Can the trees grow back? I'm really not asking for much. I should have made a new save. All right, there we go. Okay. Consider it fixed. All right, we have 18,000 simoleons, a big empty lot. I'm gonna make a little blue house. Bluey green house, bluish green, mint. A little mint house. I think I wanted to have 2 bedrooms. I'd also like to have a small backyard. I'm thinking, right, the Generation 2 Sim, the Rose one. So the Generation 1 Sim is a vegetarian, jealous, and materialistic. They have the Chief of Mischief aspiration, and they're a scientist. The bio says, you're a mischievous scientist that really loves the color mint. You're career-driven, but still make time for silly pranks and outings with your closest friends. You love luxury and want the best for yourself and your family. They have to master the scientist career and the Chief of Mischief aspiration, master the mischief and logic skills, and also complete the elements collection, which is a lot. But then their kid is a major workaholic. They're hot-headed, a snob, and romantic with the serial romantic aspiration who's gonna be a politician. So I'm picturing we can make like a 2-bedroom house with one of the bedrooms red for the child. And that way, if you wanted to play in this house, you'd be like totally ready. You can just jump in and your legacy household is set. Okay, I don't want it to be like massive. I might actually make this go forward more. I hate the lighting. This lot's got terrible lighting. It's kind of gonna be a long, skinny house. I might scoot it so that it's got like a walkway over here. And then maybe there could be like a little extension on this side. I don't know, I'll have to figure out that part based on the floor plan. But it's gonna be simple, right? It's not gonna be a very fancy looking home. It might even need to be smaller than this now that I think about it. Maybe I didn't think this through. It's not gonna be very expensive. This is like the same shape as a house that I just built, by the way. Don't look at that. It's different. They're not the same. I do actually have a reference image. I was looking at this photo and I really like how this one looks. So I might change it up a little bit, but this was kind of the idea I was going for. I want a brick foundation. Do you know what? I might delete this. I'm not sure. Maybe I will have the stairs go all the way over. I feel like it has potential. I'm also going to use some columns in the corners. It might be a waste of money, but look, it's going to look really nice. And that's what's important to me. Is appearances only. Okay, floor plan wise, I might do that first before I spend a lot of money on the exterior because I have a bad habit of that. But I'm imagining that we could have little bedroom, little bathroom. Oh, maybe it would be better to have the front of the house be the living space and we can split up the back into a bedroom or 2. Oh, that might make more sense. I like doing this kind of thing where you put like a little hallway. I know it maybe is, that's so weird. Should I do that? It's not that weird looking, like, from a realistic perspective, but it is a bit pointy, which maybe is a little bit odd. The rest of the house is very large. I could probably make the rooms a little bit longer. No, I can't. I don't like that. Just make it straight. It's fine. No, I don't like that either. I want it to be like that. That's how the hallway is gonna look nice. Oh, it's ruined. Well, unless we make this room like a lot bigger. Oh, hang on. I think this could work. And there could be like a little patio back here and it'll be off the parents' bedroom. Okay. I mean, it probably could be a little bit smaller even. Certainly wouldn't hurt, and we would save a little bit of money and have to have less furniture. So now I don't want this to be like obnoxiously mint colored. You know, like I'm not going to use mint floors probably, at least not in most of the house. I might do it in like a couple of the bedrooms. I think the idea that I'm going for is that I want this to be like a normal house with some tidbits that are minty. That's not so bad, right? Right? Spade has such a nice like slatted tile. Spade has such a nice like wood panel wallpaper that is like exactly what I'm going for with this. I'll use a green door. It's worth it. It'll be nice. I might put a window like there. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna make this the kitchen. This is the living room. So I might put like 2 windows. I'm not sure. Again, we'll figure it out. Windows are good because they're cheap. So you can fit like a bunch of them, but you can't always afford wall decorations. I'm not really a fan of the minty shades of this counter. I feel like this one, I don't really want it to have a black countertop. That's so bright. This one is a little bit more toned down, but maybe the bright would be fun. I mean, it's definitely a lot, but maybe it's good. Maybe it's a good a lot. I don't know how much I'm willing to make this happen. The problem with this color, right, is that it's this color that we're trying to go for, which is like a combination of blue and green. It's not blue, it's not green. This is what I want. So when you're filtering in The Sims, like, do you filter by blue or green? Both. You have to do both. Oh, that's kind of what I want it to look like, but that chair is very expensive. Like, am I gonna use that? Probably. I think I am. From the fitness pack, I've never used that chair in my life. I'm sorry, if you want to download this house, I'm sorry. That is very much the right color, but not what I want the couch to look like. Not at all. That's kind of the right color. That's leaning a bit more on the green side though. Ooh, I wonder if the paranormal stuff pack has one that I could use. Honestly, that color is the one. But maybe I should use the one with the white, because then we can have like a more colorful rug, like this one. This rug actually has a ton of swatches that could work. This isn't from Backyard Stuff, this rug. We should definitely use that somewhere in the house, if not in the living room, somewhere, because that's good. This one's pretty obviously a choice. I think I might actually go for that one. Oh, and I'll use the minty chairs too. That'll be good. Okay. I think your Sims can walk through here. Maybe I should scoot it forward one little tiny bit. I want to use the expensive TV because I feel like it's worth it, but it's so expensive. I just want the nice TV because I want it to like have the functionality of the nice TV, you know? Okay, I'm putting like the bare minimum in here. Let me make sure I get the trash cans too before I forget. We need a trash can in the kitchen and I will need a trash can outside. Do you think using this flooring is too much? I think it is. Maybe I could use a minty carpet instead. And then the red carpet for the other kids' room. I don't know, besties. I'm not sure about this. Maybe we could use a red rug. Oh, this kids' room has potential. All the beds that I want are extremely expensive. No, we can use this one. We can use this one. It's fine. I need to stop. I need to pick all the things that are actually important to me. Like I think we really need to have a desk. We really need to have a computer. I think I need to get a cheaper TV. We can go for like this one, so it's still nice, but like less nice. We're gonna need a door onto the patio. 165? That one's 155 only. I'm gonna need a staircase. Delete the underside of it though to save some money. The kitchen is really fancy and it doesn't need to be, but I want it to be, so I'm trying to keep it. Oh, that bed's so nice, but it's so expensive. Or like this one, that would be so good in here. Do you think it's worth wasting your money on? I think it might be worth wasting the money on. Okay, we need the Element collection and I'm scared that it's expensive. Oh, it's only 85. Oh, oh, thank God. Okay, that's good. That saves us some money. We can put that in the kitchen, right? Like it could just go there. Can I put that more in the wall? Maybe a little bit more in the wall. Nope. That's a nice decoration. See, have you ever used this thing? Probably not. Okay, I need to make sure I paint the walls quickly before I get too distracted. I might paint most of the walls white, with the exception of some minty accent walls. That's a nice minty looking leaf. I'll put that on the wall. It's only 50 simoleons. Okay, and now I want to figure out the bedroom again because I really like the idea of using this rug, but maybe it would be best if we had like a black bed that's cheaper. None of the reds that we have match the rug. We have a bunch of red wallpapers, but none of them actually match anything. Maybe my rug is the problem. No, my rug is not the problem. My rug is never the problem. I want the rug so bad. We can do it like this, and then there could be like red decorations. Like if there was a little black desk, but a red chair or a red standing mirror. This plant with a red base. Maybe a red poster. Okay, truth be told, this poster is pretty good for like my scientist room. We can use that in here. Ooh, that's kind of fun. fun. Maybe that's good. Okay, I should get some extra decorations, like a couple more plants or just one more plant. Literally anything else in this room would be good. Can I move this to a 20 by 15 lot? Oh, did you see the lag? Ah, I forgot about outdoor lighting. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, scientist career, chief of mischief aspiration. So you need the logic skill, which is annoying because I don't really have the space or the money to put a chess table in here. I mean, I could like get rid of this kitchen island and then we could get a chess table, but I like the layout of this house and I don't really want to remove things from it. So if you want to play chess, it looks like you will be heading to the library. I'm gonna get one more lamp and I think I can afford one. Yes, I can. One last little plant. Perfect. And then I think what I'm gonna do, because this house, it costs 18,000 simoleons, like we can't really do anything else money-wise. I'm gonna move this to a smaller lot and do some debug landscaping. Oh, this house is very long. It takes up like the whole lot. Oh no. Oh, big mistake. Big mistake. I tried to place it in the mailbox, was like caught off the lot in a corner. I couldn't fix it. Oh, it's happening again. Oh, okay, I can grab it. I was like, it's off the lot. Can I pick it up? But the answer was yes, I could. All right, get your cheats on. We're breaking out the debug landscaping. It's the only way. Now, ideally, I would like all of this landscaping to be minty. Like, honestly, these bushes are like pretty good for this. I might scoot this back on the lot one more. Yeah, that goes right up to the edge of the lot. Oops. Maybe I'll put the staircase on that side instead. If you were to play with Sims in this house and you ran out of space, you could like move them to a bigger lot if you needed to, or whatever. I love this little tree. I actually don't know what kind of tree I want to use for this. I do know that I like the color of these bushes, so I'm gonna use them. Get a little trash can next to the bushes. All right, I still have not found a tree that I want. And I only have 2 simoleons, so I will not be buying one. It's just because the lot's like on the small side. Maybe I will use these big trees. Maybe I'll size this one down and put it by the front and then get another one over there. I'll put 3 of them. I'm not worried about it. Okay. And last but not least, some terrain paint just to fill up underneath these bushes and also like around the house. Oops, don't misclick and just put like a giant circle on the ground, Kayla. I want to have a little patio, but obviously we don't have any money to put anything on it, but you could always put something on it if you played in the house. As you got a little bit more money, maybe you could upgrade. But there you have it, a not-so-berry starter home. It uses quite a few packs, and for that I am sorry. Maybe we'll try and make a base game one at some point, although I'm sure there's lots of base game versions that people have made. I just love the contrast with the kids' bedroom. It's so funny. Like, everything's so cool and blue and minty, and then you just have this with like a black wall. I will stick this on the gallery. There you have it. Okay, overwrite it. It's on a smaller lot. I've got it up for you if you want to download it. My name's just lilsimsie on the gallery, so if you're looking for it, you can find it. And I'm sorry about all the packs that I used. To be fair, I have been doing a lot of base game builds recently, so I try to balance it out. I got a little bit carried away making a house for my own gameplay though. So that's fine. That's fine. It's not a bad thing. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And like I said, I'm gonna be streaming Not So Berry on my Twitch channel probably in like a month. So that's not helpful. That's actually a while away. But if you want to watch, I'll have my Twitch channel linked down below. I play a lot of The Sims over there anyway, so you'll probably enjoy the streams. I'm just saying. And with that being said, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I painted my nails a sparkly blue color last night. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not really a fan of like glittery nail polish usually, but I'm trying something new.